Hey up lads and lasses, and welcome back to the channel. It's spring, and if you're not one of them hardcore all-weather riders like us, you'll be waking up from hibernation right now. And today we are in the lovely Yorkshire Hills once again because I want to talk to you about this, the Honda Monkey, and why you should buy one.
Keys in the ignition, yeah, I'm ready to ride. Taking corners like a king with that mini bike pride. They say why not bigger, but they don't understand. We don't overcompensate, we just ride like a man. Topboy Jonny on a monkey. Let's go. Wheelies in the lot, keep it smooth, keep it low. Slow bike, big vibes, yeah, that's the key. Riding like a legend, 112 Fox CC.
Now this bike just makes me smile. When you look at it, everything about it just screams fun. From the funky paint job to the small 12-inch tyres, everything about it just makes me smile. And when you sit on it, you feel like you're 8 years old again. It's very hard in this day and age to find nostalgia. When I was younger, I'd see Honda Monkey bikes, the smaller ones than this, just booting around the town. And I thought, do you know what, one day I'd love to have a go on them. When you're a kid, you want stuff, you see it, you want it. And then when you become an adult and you get adult money, you have the opportunity to buy that again. It's a shame that they stopped making a lot of the smaller style Honda Monkeys, because I do think they're quite cute and they're quite nice as well. However, this Z125 has been built for modern day usage. Let's start off with a few specs. It's a 9 brake horsepower 125cc engine. I don't know how much torque it gives. I'm not really bothered. It doesn't give much whatsoever. It comes with 12-inch wheels as standard. Now, let's just talk about the tyres. The tyres that come on the stock bike are V rubbers, I believe. And some people like them, some don't. Personally, I've got these Bridgestone ML50s Molus on, I believe they're called. They don't make them no more, but they've been fantastic. They're kind of like your dual sport tyres. You can take them on these dirt roads. You can take them on the country lanes. You can take them on the motorway. They've been fantastic. The V rubbers though, on the other hand, they can get quite slippy on the wet roads. So I've not tried them yet. Eventually I might put some on, I might try them, but it's one of them things that is commonly known that the tyres are a bit rubbish. Now, another thing about the bike when it comes stock is the suspension. It's been touted as quite soft, and I'm not going to lie, if you are a hardcore small bike enthusiast, the weight of your testicles is probably going to bottom out this bike, so you do need to replace it. If you are a GS rider, I wouldn't worry too much. You know, the stock suspension will be fine. I'm only kidding, by the way. We know you're hard. There are a couple of things when it comes stock that I'm not really too much of a fan on, and that is this. This is the air filter box. You'll have to excuse the dirt on the bike at the moment. We've just had an absolute fantastic morning riding it around these hills. We've done some puddles and everything as well. Personally, other mods that I've made is I've taken the stock exhaust which comes up at the top here, and I've put this zoom one on at the bottom. This is a zoom loop exhaust. The sound and they give the same benefits as the Yoshimura exhaust, but it's low down, and the reason for that was I wanted to put some saddlebags over the top so I didn't burn them either. The stock exhaust is fine, it's a bit tinner. Some people like it. I do think it looks quite nice as well. I don't think you need to replace it just for looks. You can get some, I think there's a Yoshimura one that you can hide underneath the actual panel itself, so it looks, you know, it looks similar to the original stock one, so you're not going to get pulled on it. Other areas that you're really going to like is, this is a 4.4 litre fuel tank, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure it's 4.4 litres. Anyway, you fill it up, and guess how many miles you can do? I've got 140 miles out of this tank on one fill-in. It got me all the way to the Dragon Rally and a little bit back home. Now, if you haven't got a lot of money, then getting a big bike is kind of out of your limits sometimes, but if you can afford the big bike, sometimes you can't afford the insurance. Now, the insurance on these, if you're not a new rider, is exceptionally cheap. You're looking at £100, if that. This bike has been modded, so mine is a little bit higher. I think on my first year of riding, I had to pay £300 for the insurance on this one, but it wasn't a biggie. It was my first year of riding, but still a lot cheaper than most other bikes. Now, one of the main parts of this bike is the seat, and I don't think I found a bike that's as comfortable as this one. This is like sitting on a marshmallow. It's just so comfortable, so much so that if my wife would let me, I'd just buy Honda Monkeys, sit them in my living room, put a little bit of a tray here, and all my guests could just sit on Honda Monkeys and watch TV when they come over. I wouldn't be bothered, me. It's so comfortable, it's untrue. Some people do get the smaller G-Craft seats, and it's all to do with aesthetics. It's not to do with the fact that it's uncomfortable, because this bike is dead comfortable. It's got really good ergonomics, just the way your leg sits. Even if you're 6'5", I can't see you having much of a problem with this. Definitely upgrade your suspension if you are a bit heavier though, or you're going to have a bad time. But otherwise, I think it's a bike that's fit for most people, really. One complaint that people do find with this bike is though the handlebars, and we've got this stabilisation bracket on mine now. I've got this lovely Honda cover on it, and if you get one of these bars across, it kind of stops the vibration because it's just a U-shaped bar. So I'll do it this way, U-shaped bar. So as you're riding, you know, there's a bit of give in it. Nothing you'll ever notice, but if you go at high speeds, it rattles a bit. So if you get the stabilisation, this crossbar, it does help, no problem whatsoever. Another thing that's fantastic about this bike is the noise. Listen to this. If we just turn this on, listen to my engine roar. Now the stock engine isn't that loud, to be honest, but these Zoom exhausts and Yoshimuras with a 125 engine just give it that beef. And when people hear it coming, they think it's one of these massive bikes. It's not. I am not trying to make my bike obnoxious, but loud exhaust save lives, if you understand what I mean. So that, and the after pops you get from it, oh, you know, they just really just make you feel like a kid again. You know when you used to get like a drinks can and stick it on your back tyre to make it loud and rev. That's what that bike noise is for this Honda Monkey. Now another thing about this bike is its modifications. Is you can find so many modifications online just to suit your needs. Like for example, I explained, I put the exhaust on because I want to put saddlebags on there. There's tons of different kind of pedals. There's brake levers, there's hand guards. I've put some Oxford heater grips on this. There's multitude of luggage racks you can put on there as well. I've put this H2C on the front of it. That's where I normally put my tent. You can fit a top box on the back of it. You can have your saddlebags pushed back a bit further and hit over your lights. There's just so much modifications you can do to it, so you can really make your bike unique. And mods aren't that expensive. If you're buying Takagawa parts, and they are going to be expensive, but otherwise they're not, you know, there's nothing really to stop you from putting this bike into your own personality. Now I've given you a bit of an overview of this bike, and to be honest, that's quite the boring part. Let's get out and let's ride this bike and let's see what it's all about, shall we? Right lads and lasses, and we are on the road, and I want to show you just how much fun you can have on a Honda Monkey. So we start straight away, we got to 40 miles an hour, no problem whatsoever. We can get to 50 miles an hour, no problem whatsoever either. Something that I didn't say in that little review was the differences between the older Monkeys and the newer Monkeys. The older Monkeys like this, it's a 2019, has a 4-speed gearbox, so that's 1 down, 3 up. The new ones, for example, have a 5-gear speed box. Personally, if you're going to go for one, I'd prefer the older one. If you do want to modify the engine, make it bigger, put a larger piston in it, you can do that on the older ones. It's a bit easier. The newer ones aren't quite as easy to get that done, but the 4-speed is more than perfect. You don't need the 5-speed. It's very rare you're going to get into 5th gear on one of these, maybe cruising downhill on a motorway. So we've come across this Toyota Yaris. It's going very slow. I don't want to. Can we overtake? Let's find out. And we've done him. We've done him comfortably. The acceleration on this bike is there. It's a 125, but it accelerates fine, and that was in 4th gear. But it just bounces along the hills, no problem whatsoever. And I'm smiling from ear to ear every time I ride this bike. Even in the rain, it cheers me up. And you can probably hear that little Zoom exhaust going for it in the background. But yeah, look at this, and the corners, how it handles corners. You lean on, if you get some good tyres, you can lean on this bike. Not very much, but you can lean. I'm sure I've had my knee down. I must have had my knee down almost. But we're heading over there, and we're going to try this on some dirt tracks. So here we have it, sports fans, a dirt track. I've actually not been on this dirt track yet, and we are going to give it a go though, and we're going to see how far we can get down it without causing us some issues. Let's go for it, let's have it. There we go, we're off-roading straight away. Got a nice bit of 30-mile-an-hour speed on us, and we're happy. Now, he's saying we're not allowed to go through here, but I think we can get through here. So this is what this bike excels at, roads like this. Now we're going to struggle, I think, because we've got a 360 camera on, so we're going to go a bit steadier. Actually, should we just bring it in? Let's just bring it in. We don't need to get that far out, do we? So we'll keep the 360 camera closer. But yeah, this is the kind of roads this bike can do as well. Like for $2.5 grand, a bike that can do a bit of everything. It's just what you need. You don't need a £3,000 CRF, an old-fashioned 251. If you just want to do a bit of everything, just have a little bit of fun on a 125. There's a place for them. 125s are fun. They're a non-serious bike. Now, if you've got some knobbly tyres on this bike, imagine what you could do. There are people who have turned these bikes into off-road demons, put a skid plate underneath, and just generally just done a fantastic job with them.
Ooh, yeah, feel that breeze. Sunshine dripping through the trees. 2 wheels down, feeling so free. It's a monkey kind of day, just you and me. Topboy Jonny, yeah, you know the name. Monkey bike flex, but we ain't playing games. 12-inch wheels, still riding tall. Catch me cruising where the good vibes call. Lean left, lean right, twist the grip, let's ride. Hit the beach, hit the hills, man, it's monkey time. Sun's out, roads are golden. When I'm riding, got the whole world open. Lean left, lean right, twist the grip, let's ride. Hit the beach, hit the hills, man, it's monkey time. Sun's out, roads are golden. When I'm riding, got the whole world open. Funky life, yeah, we roll so free. Honda, monkey, feel that energy. Topboy Jonny, let's hit that road. Sunset chasing, let the good times flow.
Right, team, so we had to cut that epic drone footage short because this tree behind us here took me drone out of the sky. It's fine, it looks fine, not a problem, but I'm not going to get it back up in the end. I keep crashing this drone into trees. I'm going to have to get better, or it's going to have to get better sensors on it. It's supposed to be really good at avoiding stuff. But anyway, there it is, the Honda Monkey Z125, my favourite motorcycle that I have at the moment. Like I was saying, it's just fun. You can just take it anywhere. You can take it on these dirt tracks, you can take it on the road, you can take it camping. You could probably fit in the boot of your car if your car's quite big, if you've got one of them, what is it, Vauxhall Zefiras or something. But yeah, honestly, if you're looking for a top-rated bike, then I would highly recommend this here. It's not expensive, you can get them cheap second-hand, but they just do it. They just do it, and it's nostalgia, and it's fun. It's everything you'd want from a motorcycle. Yeah, you get some funny looks, but it's not bad looks. It's head-turning. Everywhere I went down this track here, you can see the dirt bikes. When I go out on the Honda CRF, people look at me and go, oh, hooligan, hooligan. They see this, and they instantly smile. You don't get that with most other motorcycles. It's harmless fun, so I highly recommend you treat yourself. So we're going to cut this video here. I appreciate you watching me. Thank you very much for all your support. If there's anything I missed, please stick it in the comments. There's just so much to cover on this bike. I'm just so excited to cover it. I probably missed everything. So yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.
They don't understand, we don't overcompensate, we just ride like a man. Top boy Jonny on a monkey.